All right, you guys. So I would say it wasn't until the middle or end of the relationship where I realized that I needed to go. Because if I didn't leave, I was going to end up a hot ass mess. I ain't even going to hold you. But I'm glad I did leave. The way I left may have been a little messy, but I mean, it needed to happen the way it did. I didn't need to be comfortable in that transition of my life, but I accepted it. But I mean, overall, it was worth it. Looking back on it, X amount of years later, it's great. I'm so excited for the future, and I'm so happy for the past because I understand that if it wasn't for me leaving him, I would be a mess. Like for real, y'all, like hot ass mess. But it feels so good, y'all. It feels so good to be away from that kind of mess. Um, if you ever feel like some kind of inkling or you feel uncomfortable, like I wouldn't say an inkling or uncomfortable, but if you notice certain signs of what a person does and you notice that, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if y'all understand, but red flags that are like bad, like I did. I dealt with, the accusations, like finding things to make yourself upset just so you can have a reason to be upset, always threatening me to do things, it was just always something. And it's only because that person didn't have no peace in their life, which is crazy because I don't get it, like what? So, um, I branched off and got away and started my life over at the craziest time possible, you know. But dealing with him was a mess. Dealing with him was a mess, and then everything I dealt with prior to him was more of a mess. So it's kind of like going from one mess to a bigger, unprecedented mess. Like, if that makes any kind of sense. I feel like I don't know because this is the breakdown. So I kind of take the filter off a little bit here. I kind of warn you guys. But honestly, y'all, I feel like if a motherfucker is fucking up really bad and they don't really give a fuck about you, leave. Like for real, leave. Um, people always have a shoulda, coulda, woulda. Maybe I could have done more of this. Maybe I could have did that. Well, enough with all of that. It's all about what your current time is right now. Like, what are you doing in your present to prepare for your future? So I kind of feel like if you're not if you're not trying to have better for yourself or want better for yourself, you're not going to go for it. And you're going to have to make ample sacrifices in order for that to transpire. I understood that from the get go because he was a mess. Okay. And I knew it because things weren't getting better, things were getting worse. And when you lose everything to gain everything, it's like the best feeling in the world. It's like this kind of peace that you can't. It's like a peace you can't just. Ugh, it just feels really good. Um, do I know anything about this person right now? No. Do I know this person's whereabouts? No. Like this person's completely blocked. They're out of my life. I have moved so far on from it. It's ridiculous. Um, would I ever go back to a situation like that again? Hell no. So I look at it like it happened. It was a time of my life. I'm not going to make myself the victim in it. I'm going to make myself the victor. And that's what I did. And can you believe that motherfucker told me I was going to need them? I was going to come running back. Like, who the fuck says some shit like that? That's some crazy psycho type shit. Okay? Like, for real, y'all. For real. Be for real. Be fucking for real. Um, but that was a stepping stone in my life, I left before that person broke me. I left before I wasted my life. You know, like I had so much more life to live and so much more to give, and become so much more than a product of another person's insecurities and bullshit. This isn't going to be a very long podcast, by the way, you guys. This one is going to be rather shorter because the next podcast is going to go crazy. In the most realist way. Okay. But it's been so, I don't know, it just felt so good to tell y'all like my feelings and how I felt about the things I went through thus far, especially in relationships like these, because that's why I'm speaking on it, because I want people to avoid what I went through. Because sometimes you go through and don't realize it, and then once you realize you so far in, and now you have to like pull yourself out, like you have to come up with your exit strategy, and it takes forever, especially if you don't have anything on backup. You know what I'm saying? If everything was laid out for you, like you know what I mean, like everything was made out comfortable for you. Oh, you ain't got to worry about this because I'll do it. You this that, that and then you try to get on your 2 feet. It's just like, damn, what you got? And I had to quickly get it together. And that I did. I did. And I got the fuck on. And you can too. If you're listening to this and you're wondering, can I get away from this person? Yeah. How? Just do it. Like seriously. There's things in place. There's all kind of programs. If you're scared about, financial stuff, there's all kind of programs. Like if you're scared about if the person can get close to you, there's programs for that. There's different laws and things in place and stuff you can do to get away from crazy people and crazy situations. You don't have to just be stuck because you feel comfortable or you don't want to start over. Would you rather sit in misery the rest of your life, catch a stroke, heart attack, you know, whatever, or get striked out by this person, or would you rather live stress free and in peace away from this person, starting your own new life and making a life for yourself? Like for real. Like let's be for real here. Okay. So that's how I looked at it. It was showing for me, it was showing through like my weight, it was showing through everything that was going on in my life. My face, I just was a freaking mess. And no matter what I tried to do to make myself feel better, it didn't work. Like nothing worked. So, I'm just happy that I did get away. So, yeah, don't be afraid. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid at all. Find your voice, find who you are, remember who you are, and stand on it before life passes you by like it almost did me. Yeah. Um. Once again, this is Stepping Stones, the breakdown. This is where I come to talk about the things I spoke about in my videos. This is like the after show. This is like the feelings and the words that I really want to say on like a platform like that. I'd rather say it on like a podcast. Um, this is the episode 3. Of course, a rock in a hard place. Um, I of course am your host, Deshad, and I don't know. I just feel y'all listen. Like I said, it's gonna feel crazy at first, but once you get through it and you get your footing, and your 10 toes down, that's a wrap. I'm just trying to let you guys know. But like I said, I didn't want to hold y'all too long. I said it's going to be a short podcast. Make sure you follow this whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on. Um, Follow it, and share it. Give some comments, some feedback. But be on the lookout for much to come. Stay blessed. Pray. Drink your water. Stay out of drama. Peace.